I consider myself a very fine doctor, to be honest, but in this case, I regret to inform you that there is truly nothing I can do to help you. All right. Okay, great. Okay, so, comments, praise, whatever, for Evan. Eli Ray.
Well, when they were in the stadium, and Parker said, like, hold on, do you mean hold on to me, or hold on to the hat, or what? Or like,
Okay.
Or hold on as in, like, wait.
Okay. Daniela, sorry.
I thought that was a really good chapter, and I really liked the description that you used.
Cool. Layla, and then Wilson, and then Max.
I really liked that chapter, and I like how you added the rainbow land with the rainbow ponies and the rainbow weasels and the rainbow foxes.
I really liked it. But there's one part, like, well, there's two things. When Stevie's carefully, nonchalantly, it's like saying the same thing. So.
I added the word nonchalantly in this case. So.
And then also, was Stevie with them in the elevator?
Yeah.
Because that wasn't, like, quite clear. Because did they, like, go back in time without Stevie or what?
Okay. And Claire's taking notes, by the way, Evan. Claire's taking notes for you. Go ahead, Claire.
I.
Oh, sorry, Max and then Claire.
I thought that it was just a really funny chapter. I liked how the rainbow ponies and blobs.
Okay, well, I just had one thing. When Emily fell off the waterfall, did she land in the chocolate river, or did she land on the ground? So normally when you fall off a waterfall, you land in the river. And if it was his hometown, why would there be, like, rainbow? Is it his hometown and there's rainbow ponies and stuff in it?
It's the Rainbow Weasel hometown.
Oh, the rainbow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Catherine, and then Eli, and then Taylor.
Well, maybe, Claire, that he meant for the next author to come up with where they landed.
No, I mean for Emily.
I know. Where Emily landed, maybe it's for the next author to come up with.
No, because Rico was
because he
looking
didn't
down.
describe.
No, she couldn't be looking down if she was on the bottom of a river.
Well, it could be anywhere.
Okay. Who's the next person? Go ahead.
I thought it was a really awesome, funny chapter. Quick suggestion though. In my chapter, I made I mentioned a really big rainbow weasel. Maybe you could include him somewhere. You don't have to, but it would make more sense a little bit. And other than that, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it was really good.
I thought that it was a really good chapter, and I like how they went into the clouds with all the rainbows and stuff. And I also like how there's a horse stop.
Cool. Cool. Jake, Katie, Gavin, Chase. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was from in Eli's. Isn't the big rainbow weasel still in the Cat Condo City?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I never clarified that because
and I also want to know, can all rainbow beings teleport like Philip, or is he the only one?
It's a good question. Okay, next.
Well, I thought you did a really good job. I personally liked the part with the cucumber where they went inside to. That was just really grand and awesome. Good job.
I also like the chapter a lot, but there's two things. One, you said his Wonderland, or whatever, his homeland.
His homeland.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was Parker.
Okay.
So just maybe say Rainbow Weasel's homeland, or Philip's homeland. And then another thing, is Philip also the only one that speaks in 3-word sentences?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe they all. Well, obviously they don't. If the Rainbow Pony Doctor spoke in.
Maybe just the weasels do.
Maybe. That's something to clarify. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I thought it was a really good chapter too. The only thing that I thought was kind of weird was that in the earlier chapters, they didn't really mention that the elevator was see-through. Like, they just said it was an elevator, so.
Yeah.
So, Yes, so maybe the first person, who was the first person who had the elevator in the tunnel? Okay, so if we decide, I mean, it's okay, you could simply add the elevator as they were going up, they could see outside. That's all. That'll be easy to fix. Go ahead, Aiden and then Ilana.
Well, I gotta say one thing, is that altogether, ever since Parker got that infection, it's been like 40 minutes possibly. They only would have like 20 minutes for Parker to get out if the Rainbow Pony could do nothing for him, unless somebody else could do something.
Ilana and then Elise.
Well, this is just kind of a suggestion for future authors, and Evan, if you want to do in your writing chapter. I think that's just anyone should mention the magic potion, or we don't know if it's magic, just the potion that they found at the Giant Elmo's house, because I've almost forgotten it, and the reader would have forgotten it.
If it's not important, maybe who wrote the magic? Who created the magic potion?
Layla?
John Henry. Well, you know what? If it's not that important, it can also be eliminated. If we're not going to use it, it could just be eliminated. Because you're right, Elon. It makes no sense to have this magic potion. Ooh, they have a magic potion, and then you never hear from it again. It's like, why wouldn't they use it if they were in trouble? So, who was the other person I mentioned? Aaliyah and Mina, and then we got to move on. Go ahead.
I disagree with Aiden because really it doesn't have to, like, it could only be like 2 minutes. We don't really know. It's not like you can just maybe it seems like a lot has gone on, but maybe in the video game time goes by a lot slower or something.
You never know. Max could end it, and it could turn out to have been, I mean, it would be a cop-out if it turns out to be a dream. Yeah. That would be a lousy ending. It's been done too many times. Too many times. Lousy ending. Cliche. But it could turn out to be that it took place and they're all old people, or they're the same, it only took place in a few days, or it took place in the space of 1 minute actually, or whatever. That's totally open, and I don't want suggestions. They will work that out. Mina, go ahead.
In the chocolate factory, it's kind of to be like a big adventure, not really levels. And like in the beginning, it was more like they had to do this, and then they could go on to the next level. But now it's like one big adventure in the chocolate factory.
Because the chocolate factory.
And earlier in the story, there could be an adjustment where they say, where Frederick in his new speech could say, there are only 12 levels, or something like that. There are only 12 levels. You're on the Willy Wonka is the top level, or something. It could be fixed like that. Very good point, Mina. Okay, can we move on? Blake, just a quick comment?
Well, it's, my chapter was the one with the levels, and I left it blank. So then, it could be Willy Wonka's is the last level.
Mm-hmm. So Blake could say something like, he could say the number of levels. He could say, on the top level, there's something about a children's book, or there's something about, I heard something about Willy Wonka. I don't know, whatever. We could still do that. Okay, make it brief. Taya, Chase, Alena.
I think that actually I kind of like it a lot when they don't have the chapter, the levels, and they just like go on to this long thing where they're in the chocolate factory and they go to all these different places. I think it could be sort of like levels, and I think I kind of like it like that.
The only issue, I agree with you, Taya, the only issue is, if you've set up that there are levels, and then all of a sudden there's no more levels, then the reader just, what's going on? What happened to the levels? We have to be consistent. Chase.
Well, I was gonna say, when you said that kind of like it's a cop-out when you wake up, like it was all a dream. Mm-hmm. But because there's two of them, Sadie and Parker. What? Sadie.
Emily and Parker.
Emily and Parker. Sorry. And if they both woke up and they both remembered, maybe they could be like, whoa, maybe that really did happen. Like if they.
I don't want suggestions from. Thank you, Chase. I don't want suggestions for Max and Taya though. I want them to do what they're going to do. Okay. Do we have one last person? Go ahead, Layla.
So in an earlier chapter, Emily found a stone rat with a button, like to get to the next level. And we were saying that maybe Willy Wonka's was the last level, but if it was the last level, why would there be another stone rat?
I'm not I'm not saying there has to be the last level. I'm saying there's options. There are options you can use. That's just an example. I would be disappointed if you just used that example that I gave. I'm just saying that if you go, well, what happened to the levels and now they're all this time you're talking to Wally Wonka, I'm just saying it can be justified. It can be. Okay, Max will come up with something great. So okay, and so will I. Okay, let's move on. Thank you. Evan, I have a comment. Did you stop it yet?
Nope.
Okay, Evan, I thought you did a really good job. I appreciate your getting it done, even though you're going to be rushing out of the house. I thought you did a really good job, and Claire took some notes for you. So when you get back on Monday, you can attend to the things you need to. All righty, good job.